from Dogmanship Training. So we all talk about wanting to have awesomely reliable dogs who will listen no matter what the distraction. And one way to get that, one of the strategies that we use to get that, is keeping our dogs accountable once they've learnt a skill. And what that means is, firstly, you need to be super sure your dog knows the skill that you're expecting them to do. So if it's sit or drop or recall, you need to have really taught that well so that when you ask them to sit, for example, they're not going, oh, what does that mean? They know what it means. They may just be ignoring you for whatever reason. There's something better to do. The distraction's high enough. You don't have a good enough reward and they're like, stuff ya. It depends on the situation as to why they will be ignoring you, but you are certain that they know what sit means. Once they've gotten that skill and they know it, it's your job to keep them accountable for it. And what that means is, if you ask your dog to sit, if you ask your dog to drop or whatever, and they don't, you need to make that happen. You need to go, I've asked you to do something and it's going to happen. Now, that doesn't have to be firm or angry or grumpy. It's just persistent. I'm just going to make it happen, because if you always follow through and every time you ask them to sit and they choose to ignore you, go, you're going to have to do this. It's not negotiable. Then they're going to start to go, what's the point in ignoring you? Because I'm going to have to do it anyway. So I may as well just do it the first time you ask me to do it. Okay, so you really want you to think about keeping your dogs accountable. Now, this doesn't have to just relate to obedience. It could be you've asked your dog to go outside or whatever it might be, and they don't go. So you just go, I've asked you to go outside, and you go and get them and take them outside. Again, it doesn't have to be a massive deal. It doesn't have to be a big consequence. It doesn't have to be firm or rough or anything like that. It is just persistently making it happen. Okay, once you've got that, that's one step closer to getting some reliability and getting the dog that you want that always listens. So if, for example, you were doing sit and you've taught your dog to sit, like 99% of the dogs I work with have learnt sit to a degree. But, when there's another dog or somebody at the door or whatever, they're like, don't want to do it. There's better things to do. So getting that reliability. So one easy way to start this out, for those who are practicing at home, especially if you're not already in the Dogmanship Training Academy, this is just a little tip to get you a little step closer to reaching your goals. So if I was to ask Savvy to sit and she didn't, what I would do is I'm just going to pop my hand in the collar, hand on the bottom, sit, and I'm going to give a recommand. So my recommand isn't sit and I'm not yanking her up and pushing her down. It's just, I'm asking you a question, I'm asking you sit, you don't do it, sit. I'm going to put you into a sit position, okay? So when I'm doing that, I'm reconfirming to her what sit means, and also that sit is not negotiable and that it doesn't matter what's going on, sit needs to happen. Now, in the patterns that I teach to get this happening, we also use a yes and a reward marker and a no and a consequence. And we also have bridging words, and we have a release word and other things that fit into this system. But for the system, whatever it is that you're using now, if you can just think, I need to keep my dog accountable once they know a skill, you're going to be well on your way to getting a dog who is reliable and who will listen to you no matter what. All right, I hope everybody has a lovely day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.